Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Thor's Moto Vlog. So, I guess I'm gonna make a couple videos coming up here on the 6.3, um, because one, I'm doing an oil change on it. Why not? Because I'm tearing into it. I'm doing a valve cover gasket replace. I'm gonna replace the valve cover too. Last year when I did my clean air mod, I looked up on YouTube. One of the guys said, tap into your valve cover in case you get any oil coming up from the crankcase up into your filter, and then it would all dump back into your valve cover. Now, dumb old me, trusting this guy because I'm not going to mention any names, but he is pretty popular on YouTube. And I just followed his instructions. So if you know anything about how an engine and pressure works, oil pressure, because you have to have oil pressure in your engine, you have pressure in your engine. And what essentially wound up happening, so I hope if anyone else watches this video, they see him and they're like, why do I have oil coming out of my filter? Because I followed this guy that's supposed to know what he's doing. Anyways, so I got pressure in here, and it came up through, and it was bleeding out through my filter in here. Not much, just a little bit, but enough that it would come out through there. So we're gonna get rid of this. I got a new valve cover coming, a new gasket's coming, and oh, I got my front brake line coming too. I actually got the jumper in there already, so yeah, that's all stainless now, and steel braided. I mean, not stainless. So yeah, and then we're gonna do an oil change on it. I'm running Cox cage on it, so I guess I can go through how to take that off. You get the bolt in here. I got the other side off already. But you got the bolt in here. The same thing on the other side, and that one's gonna be an 11/16. I don't know if you can see that here. 11/16, and then you're gonna have a Allen bolt on the bottom. That's right in here. That's going to be an 8 mil. This is the bolt that came out the other side. As you can see, I'm pissing out oil all over the place. I mean, look at that. It looks way better in this video, actually. But look at it, all built up in there. Yucky! So we're going to get that fixed up. We're going to do an oil change, even though I've only put like a couple hundred miles on her. But it's been a year, so we're going to do it. And then, actually, no, yeah, no. I was right. 11/16 for that. And then I think we got like a 9/16 for these, or 5/8. One of the two. I don't remember. But here it is. It is a 5/8. I don't know if you can see it. But 5/8 on that. And then the little set screws in there for Cox are 4 millimeters. So if you got a Cox cage and you're wondering how to install it, now you know your sizes. Essentially, you're going to install it the opposite way as this. So this threaded rod here, there's nothing that's there anyways. So this is an OG cage. So I got the bar that comes down through here. You do have to end up cutting your plastics. I got a hole going through there on both sides. And then you just replace your motor mounts up here with the bolts that come with it and the hardware that come with all that. And then you shove this through and you tighten her down. And essentially that's how you do this. And I forget the size of the hole, but you just find a hole saw that matches up with that, and you're good to go. Yeah. So as far as that goes, this is how you. That's how you take that off, and then you end up taking off all these plastics. These are the same size, so they're 4 millimeter. Is this? Excuse me. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Disconnect your blinkers. Just disconnect the clip and take that all off. You're going to have a couple push pins up in here, and then you're going to have another bolt down here, one right here. You're going to have one up here. You can see my wraps coming off. Sad. We'll trim that up a little while it's off. We'll wash this all up. And then you're going to have one back here. And that's it for these. And there's clips on the bottom. But that's how you take off your plastics. Oh, and if you get a stock one, you're going to have another one up here. And I believe there's another, or there's a push pin that goes in through here because you're going to have a piece that covers that. But yeah, so essentially that's how you do that. And then that's how you take off your plastics. We're going to do valve cover. I don't have any of that stuff. Valve cover gasket, any of that. So we'll walk through that. You're going to have to take off your gas tank, which I have a video of, and I believe it goes through with the air box. Go through, start disconnecting a lot of your connectors. You don't really have to worry about where they go because realistically, if it reaches somewhere, that's where it goes. You can label it if you want. It's gonna go back to the right spot, and then the ends, if they match up, they're not gonna reach. One's not gonna reach the other one. So like this one goes right here, and that matches up with this end, but that goes over here, where this one just won't reach over there. So if they do match up, it's not gonna reach the other spot. So it's pretty dummy proof. If you got an extra clip that doesn't go somewhere, you're gonna feel stupid. And you're gonna retrace your steps, and yeah. So then you're gonna have 6 10mm bolts on here. Let's see if I can get the flashlight on there. So you get 1, 2. Mine's up in here. You can't see it. And then 4, 5, 6. That'll all come off. You don't have to remove the engine. You don't got to drop that down, nothing. It's able to come out. And then, yeah, it'll come out. A little bit of a struggle. Replace your gasket. Make sure you don't drop anything down in there. If you want to, you can drop the engine down some. You can take more of this stuff out of the way, but you really don't need to. And, yeah. And that's how you take that out. And I'll go through step by step. And I believe it's like 7 or 9. I got to double check on the torque spec for these bolts, but it's like 7 or 9 foot-pounds. It's not very much. They strip out very easy. If you don't feel like you're getting a good seat on them at that pressure, get some washers and it'll help suck them down. And it'll get more pressure on here instead of tightening because these bolts break very easy. So yeah. And then I'm just making another video coming up about the bleeding of brakes, just brake line bleeding. So yeah, I think I'll post this, and then I'll post up doing the valve cover, and then I'll post up the brake. And honestly, the front brakes are the hardest brakes because you have 2 of them on how to bleed that. I never did get around to doing that, but maybe someday. I don't even know. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to get around to doing a clutch cable adjustment. I do get a lot of hits on the clutch replacement, so maybe I'll make one up. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to make it up for a couple months now because we have snow. Anyways, I'm going to, yeah, you guys like, comment, subscribe, whatever. You do you. I'm going to still do me. And yeah, this is 9 minutes of basically how to take the cage off, or if you want to, how to throw the cage on, take off your plastics. Your oil filter, I guess if you're looking at it, is going to be right up in here.